Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different to the normal should I buy it type of video. I am really conscious that over the last 12 months I have spent a lot of money on medical bills. I spent way too much money on trying to find a wig. I am starting to just wear my hair a la naturel during the day, but I have kept two of those wigs for occasions when I'm going out and wanting to look a little bit more put together. But I spent way too much money trying to find those two wigs, and I've just decided I've got a really awesome makeup collection and I'm wanting to use up makeup that I've got. The problem is that I am a makeup lover. I love makeup. I love skincare. I'm not going to stop buying my skincare because skincare is super important to me. But makeup, I was getting very caught up prior to getting sick of being so tempted with all the new releases of the shiny and new, and just wow, I can't wait for that to come out, and buying it and getting it. I've got so much amazing makeup in my collection. I want to use it up. I've got so many foundations that I am now mixing and matching all the colors so that I can use them up before embarking on any new purchases. Now, in saying that, because I am such a beauty lover and makeup brings me so much joy, and during my cancer journey, the days that I was very unwell, and for months I didn't wear makeup, I just couldn't bring myself to find the energy to even entertain applying makeup. So I really didn't wear makeup for a good 7 months. I'm getting back into it and I'm enjoying it again, and it's like a little girl playing with her Barbie dolls. I really enjoy it. It makes me feel better, and I just love playing with my makeup. I'm going to find it hard saying no to everything. So what I'm doing in today's video is sharing with you only the collections that have caught my eye, because there is so much makeup that comes out and half of it I'm not interested in for one reason or another. So I'm only discussing today the collections that have caught my eye, that I am interested in, and if I had unlimited funds, would buy them. So I'm going to discuss them today and my thought process as to why I may cave and get something, and the reasons why I am going to pass on them even though I am so excited about them. So I do hope you enjoy this type of video. Thank you for taking time out of your day today to join me on my video. If you are new here, my name is Ange and I love to share all things beauty and lifestyle aimed at the more mature woman as I navigate my more mature years. If that sounds like the sort of video content you like to watch, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know each time I do upload a video, as I do upload videos on a weekly basis. Now, getting into the new releases, a lot of it is holiday releases that are coming. And these are the ones that have caught my eye and really tempted me and made it hard, but I'm trying to stick to a low or no buy as much as I can. as I don't need any more makeup really, but as it brings me so much joy, it is nice to get something new every now and then. Now, as I said, I'm trying to enjoy my stash and everything I have in it. I have created this eye look using the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and I am doing a 3 looks, maybe multiple looks with one palette video, so this eye look tutorial will be coming soon. I have used a couple of Instagram accounts to get this information. I will leave links to them down below. Let's get into what's coming, what's been released already, and is it going to make an impact on my wallet? Okay, so just scooched over so that I can put pictures up of everything, and I'm just going to go in order of the photos that I've saved. And the first one here is an Anastasia palette. Now, I love Anastasia. I really, really do. And to prove it, I have all these palettes. So do I need another one? Probably not. But I love the quality of Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. And for me, they are in that range of, yes, they're higher end, but they're definitely more affordable than Pat McGrath and some other brands that are out there. Now, a recent palette that I did buy was the Nouveau palette, and we're coming into spring, and for me this is a beautiful palette for spring, so I'm going to be busting that out a little bit more. But looking at this palette here, it's called the Rose Metals palette. Now, this is launching on the 26th of September, and by the time this video goes up, that will already be out. Oh, I am very, very tempted with this palette, but I don't need it. I really don't need it. I feel I've got most of these shadows in other palettes. If I had unlimited funds, it would be an absolute no-brainer and I would just order it. But this many Anastasia palettes that I haven't hit pan on anything. One of my favourite palettes is this Makeup by Mario palette. I mean, it's old. And look, nowhere near hitting pan even on that one, and I love this. So I am going to pass on this gorgeous palette because I really do not need it. Another palette, I love Huda Beauty palettes, and I love the quality of her shadows. Her shimmers, I think, are very, very comparable to Pat McGrath at a much less price range as well. So this new palette is called the Empowered palette, and I am really, really looking forward to this. And I have to say, I could be tempted with this one, but I'm not going to buy it when it's launched. I may get it at a later date when Sephora have a sale. They just recently had 25% off. That is when I would probably purchase this palette. I would like it, but I'm not going to rush in and get it when it is launched immediately. Oh my goodness, the Pat McGrath collection. This collection is absolutely stunning. However, I did purchase last year's palette and I haven't played with it very much at all. A lot of that has come down to the fact that I have been unwell and wasn't wearing makeup for a good 6-7 months, so I haven't had the opportunity to play with this as much as I would like. So I am passing on The Odyssey palette, the large palette, I am absolutely passing on that. I do not need it. Do I love it? Absolutely. But I've got the chance to play with this palette, get some use out of it, and to me it's going to be like a new palette that I can enjoy. So I'm going to pass on the big Pat McGrath holiday palette. I do pass on the lipsticks and all that sort of thing. They're very expensive. I've got quite a few lipsticks that I do need to get through, and I am going to be having a cull video very, very soon. When I cull, I give my makeup away. My daughter is usually the recipient of all of that, and she's very appreciative. So I am going to be doing a declutter video very soon. If you're interested in that, I've taken clips of things that I'm giving her. Let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in a declutter video. I'm not sure if it's something you guys would be interested in. I must admit I don't watch declutter videos myself, but if you are interested, let me know in the comments below and I would be happy to share that with you. I have been doing little clips on the off chance that I might film that. Now, the blush palettes. I have not tried any of the Pat McGrath blushes. Would I like to? Absolutely, because everybody raves about them and everybody puts them in their favorites videos, but I haven't bought them because I have a lot of blushes, and as much as I would like to try these, and I am thankful for someone who hasn't purchased any, I'm not mad that these holiday palettes have got existing shades in them, because that is how I would like to buy them, is this way rather than in singles. So if I was purchasing them, this is how I would like them, but I'm trying to get through the blushes that I have, and I love the blushes that I already do have in my collection. So I'm going to pass on these as much as I would really love to get them. Where I'm going to come unstuck are these 5-pan palettes. I definitely am not going to buy both of them, but I would like to buy one of them. So not sure which one, but I think I will buy one of these 5-pan palettes. That is going to be my downfall in this collection, and I'm actually quite proud of myself with all this gorgeousness that I've pared it right down to one palette. The highlighters, I am definitely on a no buy of highlighters. I've got so many that I just need to, well, not so many, I've got about 4 that I really love. But gosh knows when I'm ever going to use them up. So I do not need any more highlighters, and I do have a Pat McGrath highlighter from one of her previous collections. Hourglass. Oh my god, I love these palettes. Would love to buy them. Now, I watched somebody that I really enjoy watching their videos, and one of the complaints that this lovely lass had was that she doesn't want to see any of the ambient powders in these palettes. I love my Hourglass Edit palettes. Absolutely adore them, and I do buy them a lot. This lovely lady said she doesn't not like having all the ambient powders in these and would rather see all blushes or bronzers. I personally love the fact that they put the ambient lighting powders in here. I like using them as a finishing powder, and I especially love my diffused light for setting my under eye. So I actually really do like the fact that the ambient lighting powders are in here as well, only because I get to use them and everyone's different. Now, looking at my lovely collection of Hourglass palettes, I do not think I need any more, as much as I would love them. I love the packaging on them this year. It is so different and really cool. And I like the fact that packaging is becoming different. Because I have so many, it's nice to know which one you're grabbing due to different packaging. So I am going to pass on these, as much as I really, really love them. Now, interestingly, I got caught out on this collection. As soon as it came out, it was like, oh my gosh, I need it, I need it, I need it, I want it. And I ordered it the minute it came out. A few hours later, regretted my decision, thinking, oh my gosh, that was so impulsive. And I cancelled my order. And thank goodness it was with Beautylish, and I was able to cancel my order within a certain time frame. So I cancelled my order. Then I started watching some reviews and decided, I really, really like that. Really like that. And this is the Natasha Denona Dream Collection that has come out. Now, out of this collection, I have purchased the eyeshadow palette. I love the midi size of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I thought this was a little bit too dark and grungy for my liking, but I have seen some absolutely beautiful eyeshadow looks using this palette. And I love Natasha Denona eyeshadows, so I have succumbed and reordered the eyeshadow palette, and I did order the lipstick because it is a neutral, and I wear my neutral lipstick shades on a daily basis. It's very rare you will catch me in a bright lipstick. I'm hoping that I do that a little bit more with spring summer now coming, and but my go-to look is a nude lipstick. So I did order the nude lipstick and the eyeshadow palette. I would love the face palette because I love the idea of that cream highlighter, and I absolutely love my cream blush in the Glam face palettes. Absolutely love the blush in those palettes, so I know I would really enjoy the blush in this palette. I have passed on it, but it's not to say that I may not be tempted. Now, I said earlier that I don't need any more highlighters, and I really, really don't. I've got so many powdered highlighters, it's not funny. And in coming up in my favourites video very soon, I have rediscovered an older one that I'm really enjoying for every day at work. But I like this one because it is a cream and it looks just like a sheen on the skin. So I would really like this. I have passed on it at the moment, but do not be surprised if at some stage you see it sneak into my makeup collection, because I am very, very tempted. And I do just want to say, I know it's been out for a wee while, but I did pass on the latest Pat McGrath Mothership palette. I think I've got more than enough. I have 6 of her Mothership palettes, and there was nothing new and amazing about the latest palette that I felt I needed. I think I've got far more than I need in far as Mothership palettes go, and unless something absolutely mind-boggling comes out in the future, I can't see myself actually buying any more. I've got to enjoy the palettes that I already have. Now, Too Faced has come out with a huge collection. One of my favourite palettes of all time is the Hot Buttered Rum palette that I got probably 2 seasons ago. I love this. I love it for an everyday look and am so happy that I have it. There is so much in this collection that it's overwhelming, and in the past I've bought some of their bigger eyeshadow palettes, and I haven't been impressed with the quality, and have to say I've got none of them in my collection anymore. So that goes to show things that are in my collection, I don't just hold on to things, even if it is to compare, swatch, and for video purposes. If I do not think I'm going to use a product, I get rid of it. I don't want a huge collection of makeup that I'm not going to use. What's in my makeup collection, I know that if I reach for something, I'm going to be happy to put it on my face. So I don't hold on to anything that I'm not happy with. And usually the holiday Too Faced collections have been of that genre. Now, in saying that, at the very beginning when I started expanding my makeup collection, this is the sort of thing I would buy. I would buy the larger palettes because they had multiple colours in there. It was, you had so many different shades. So these were the sorts of things that I bought at the beginning of my makeup journey, along with singles. I bought a lot of shadows that were eyeshadow singles. I think if you've got a teenager, or if you've got a niece or somebody that you're wanting to buy gifts for, this is the sort of thing I would look to buy for somebody. But for myself, I am going to pass. I do love these little palettes, but I bought one last year and the colours were not something I was going to reach for all the time, so I pass it on to my daughter. So I don't think I will buy, well, I know I'm not going to buy anything from the Too Faced collection this year. And the same goes for the Tarte collection. It's massive. I'm not going to be buying anything from the Tarte collection either. Now, these are things, I'm mentioning these because these are things that in the past I have been interested in and have purchased from, but I am just not going there this year. And so far I think I'm doing really, really well with the fact that so far I've only purchased the Natasha Denona palette, and I want to buy one of those 5-pan palettes from Pat McGrath. Everything else so far I am happy to pass on, and I think from my point of view, and somebody who has normally bought tons of stuff at Christmas and holiday times, I'm actually quite proud of my resolve. Too Faced, every year they come out with something very similar, the pumpkin spice. First few years that they brought these out, I bought them every year. I do not buy them anymore because they ended up being palettes that I didn't reach for and didn't use. So I will be passing on this. The reason I'm mentioning this again is because in the past I have purchased them. Now, speaking of the Tarte Cosmetics, there's this really huge man-eater palette. I absolutely love my small man-eater palette, and this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. The tones of the browns in here are just so delicious. I love this palette. However, the large man-eater palette is something I'm not interested in. The colours are just not appealing to me, and it's quite a large palette. Not sure about the quality, and I don't think, it's just not got the richness that this beautiful palette has. Now, this Dior quint. I love Dior quints. I have quite a few in my collection, and I love the quality of these palettes. Now, however, in New Zealand, these are around $130. That is a lot of money. It's what it costs me to fill up the tank in my vehicle at the moment. So looking at this quint, I just don't get the colours. The 4 colours on the outside here, I do not see them translating any differently on the eye than one shade. So essentially for 130 New Zealand dollars, I'd be getting 2 shades in the palette. So it's an easy pass for me. Another collection that I really do love, and I love the packaging and would love to get some of these pieces, is the latest Chantecaille collection. Now, as much as I really love these and they are really up my alley, I feel that for the price, I purchased this palette here from Chantecaille, the Giraffe Eye Quartet. Love the packaging, love the shadows, really do, and I have worn them several times, but you don't get a lot of product. It's quite pricey, and I would rather invest that sort of money into, say, the Huda Beauty palette or the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. So this will be a pass for me, and it's not because the collection isn't beautiful and isn't stunning, but I just can't justify the cost of the Chantecaille makeup at the moment, and I'm happy with the one palette that I have bought. And for now, Chantecaille is sort of not in my wheelhouse of things to purchase. Now the NARS collection, once again, there's lots of beautiful delights on offer with NARS this time round. I am normally very tempted with the face palettes. I really enjoy them. I've normally got them in the past. The last one that I did buy was this Overlast palette. They always have the most beautiful packaging, and normally there are shades that I can use and I utilize a lot, so I do enjoy those palettes, but I am going to pass on them this time round. I do have quite a few products to get through in the face and cheek department, so on this particular collection I will be passing. I do quite like the eyeshadow palette in here as well, but once again I will pass that on, as I've got lots of eyeshadow palettes and colours in my collection that I can utilise instead. These palettes from Bobbi Brown are divine and are very high up on my, oh my gosh, I would really love to get these. But I am going to pass on them, as I'm trying to really limit the pieces that I buy this time of the year, and so far it's Natasha Denona winning and the 5-pan Pat McGrath, so I am going to pass on these Bobbi Brown palettes, but they are divine. Now one of them I can dupe it out with my Natasha Denona Mario palette, and also my Artist Couture Supreme Nudes. So I could probably pretty much get similar looks with these. So, but tempted with the other one, but it is a pass for me. And last but not least, we have Charlotte Tilbury. Now I have said I have so many blushes and face palettes, but if I can get my hands on this particular palette, I am going to pick this up if I can. This is just beautiful. I have a lot of face palettes, a lot of palettes that are multi-purpose, because I find them just brilliant if going away for a weekend or going away anywhere traveling, because everything is together. I just love the shades in here. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I have a very much a weakness for her products, and these just look awesome. I did pass on the highlighters that came out from Charlotte not so long ago, but I'm very tempted with this particular palette, and I think I will get this particular one. Now this collection from Dose of Colours, I really love Dose of Colours. As far as eyeshadows go, I've got a couple of their eyeshadow palettes and I really enjoy them. I love the shades in this Makeup by Shayla collection. Just think the shades are beautiful, very reminiscent to me of KKW Beauty eyeshadows that I've seen and have in my collection. So as much as I really love this eyeshadow palette within this collection and I would love to have it, I am going to pass on it because I do believe that this is very similar to some of my KKW Beauty eyeshadows, and I love the formulation of those shadows and do wear them and love them. Some of the shades in this particular palette do remind me of my Mrs. West collection, and this one is the Smoky Volume 1, but I think between the two I can see some similarities in the palette in this Dose of Colours collection. So I'm trying to sort of see that I've got things similar in my collection that are going to make me happy, and I'm happy to pass on this particular palette. So the things that I have ordered is the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette and the lipstick. I do want to purchase the Pat McGrath, one of the 5 eyeshadow palettes from the holiday collection, and the Charlotte Tilbury, one of the Charlotte Tilbury face palettes. So I think, considering all that is in what I have just shown you, I am quite happy that I have reined myself in and limited myself to those options. And I am going to go forward with purchases from now on with that mindset of, okay, I really love it, but, and then try to really justify it coming into my collection or comparing it to what I already have that may be similar. Now, in saying that, the items that I have said that I am going to get, I don't need them. I may be able to dupe them out in my collection, but in paring down and trying to stick to a Lowbuy, I am very happy that I have limited it to that small amount compared to what is on offer. Now, if you did enjoy this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate it. I'm really sticking to my low buy, no buy. Videos coming from me going forward are going to be of me using things in my makeup collection. I'm really excited that you have been really embraced the fact that I'm doing a Shop My Stash, doing 3 looks, 1 palette with existing eyeshadow palettes that I have, because you're all like me, we've got this makeup in our collection, so let's use it and not buy the new stuff coming forward. So they're the sorts of videos that are going to be coming from me. I won't be buying lots and lots of, well, I won't be buying much in the way of new makeup that comes out anyway, so I'm going to have to revisit all of my existing makeup if I want to make tutorials and content for you guys. So thumbs up please if you are excited about that too. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button down below. I'd love to see you back. I do upload videos on a weekly basis, and just would love to see my channel grow. I've been on here for many years. I have got to know some of you so extremely well, and I really enjoy our chats. Please accept my apologies that some weeks I may be a little bit slow getting back to the comments, but I do answer every comment that is sent to me, and I'm really treasuring some of the friendships that I have struck up with some of you, and it just warms my heart that there are people out there that enjoy the sorts of things that I do too. So don't forget to subscribe. Please leave me a comment down below, and I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.